Good evening, people. So there are different people in business world, and there are different approaches to the different reasoning behind the actions of the people, and there are two main groups, the biggest groups people in business people, world, and in business there are those different who are approaches to the doing something for themselves, actually, like the money of the people, and there are two main reasons maybe groups, and there are different other people in business people solve problems in business. There are those different who are main different approaches to the doing something for themselves, actually, those who the money of the people, and solve problems are two main reasons that they are real, and there are different others who and they are always successful in business. There are those and different who are that's good, that's the dynamic, something different reasons of actually those who the money of the people, and there are success two main reasons that they are real, and there are different others who and they are majority of businesses fail in the couple of years, and who are that's good, they are dynamic, something different reasons of actually those who the money of the people, and there are success two main failures that they are real, and there are different others who and they are majority of businesses fail in the years, and who are that's good, they are dynamic, something different reasons of actually do this thing again. So I guess I'm gonna start over. So in business, there are two major groups of people. Those who are doing work for personal reasons, like they need money, they are driven by greed and maybe creativity, but no, like they are focused on themselves. And there's another group of people who are solving problems for other people and receiving the money. So they're focusing on the solutions, on the altruistic actions basically, but they're rewarded for that very well, usually better than those who are in business for themselves. And I think education is major player in this problem, because people don't really understand what it's all about, what business actually is. People are trained to think about the job, not about work, not about business. And I think work is different from the job. Work isn't necessarily something that you're doing for money, and the the issue with the standard education is like a majority of the people are manufactured. Their mindset is manufactured in certain way where people are um, learn to fit in and get the look for the job, do not look for the like they don't really look for bigger picture. They're not interested in that, just because they were told that that there's something they have to do, that they have to follow the blueprint, and that's go into the job. They definitely gonna be better this way, but it's not really like that. Every single position is every single position has benefits and disadvantages. So for me personally, being in the business as an owner, as a creator, as an entrepreneur is much better, because I don't like other people telling me what to do. I always had problems my employers, because there's always the ceiling. They have certain expectations. They think that like you are kind of a robot, like, and it's not not all employers are like that, but majority are, because they are protecting their system. They all have systems, and if you are way too advanced for the position you're taking, you're just starting to have problems. Mm. My problem was, like, I guess I didn't know that that I was into something serious, into something, in some bigger things than just doing regular jobs. Even it's management, that like if you're just a supervisor, it just you have the ceiling above your head all the time, and you're living in a certain frame, in the box. You are like you're limited, and you're spending a lot of time on something what's not really yours. You're just paid enough to stay. That's a problem. Uh, and that's one dynamic of the business world. But as I said, I prefer to be in control as much as I can. It's more difficult in many ways, but it's also more rewarding, and it's just better. So let's talk now about the people who are uh, in business as owners. Basically, I want to talk about small business owners today, about SMEs, so-called SMEs, and my findings are that majority of those people are uh, quite uh, quite amateurs about branding and marketing, especially in Ireland. I don't know other countries much, but Ireland is uh, quite conservative country, and so small businesses usually create a job for themselves. They create system. They run, like, they have multiple jobs at the same time to hold their own position in there. Like they are independent and earning more, but doing much more and doing unnecessary work, and sometimes when the economy goes upside down, they suffer more than they should, because they don't understand the principles of business, and that's the reason they are not scaling. They they think that if they own small shop, local shop, they're local business, but and they think that there's the limit. They cannot do much about marketing. Like, there's no point. They're not trying to go on social media and build some audience there. They don't advertise, and just go with the flow. And that's just not the business mindset, in my opinion. That's a massive mistake. But so many people are doing this, and they they just mm, what 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 should I say? They just go with the flow. When times are good, they're doing well. When times are not so good, they're doing worse, and they suffer. And they do not accept the help in many ways, because pe people who come as a sales people to their businesses, they are like intruders, and it's not very easy to get into their into good relationships with them. And uh, why did I name this video Vector of Energy Flow? It's just it's interesting, like uh, even you have the same offer, the same product, the same solution, the same service for the potential customer. If your if your type of energy is incorrect, meaning that you're selfish in any way or too weak, you maybe don't understand the personality type you're talking to. Maybe you were too strong in your approach, and like a calibration of that energy, or that signal that you're sending to the customer is very important, and that's a sensitive matter. And sometimes you make mistakes, even you are really thinking about their problems and solutions to their problems, but you're failing to communicate. It's just you don't get into the right point. You don't understand what kind of understanding they are having, and that's just like a very interesting game. So yeah, but basically the first step to success in business is to switch to switch your mindset from being selfish and start helping other business people, because majority of them are failing after 5 years, maybe 10, but eventually every business is dying, right? And it doesn't have to be this way. We're doing something wrong. We don't teach young people these fundamental principles, and that's how we maintain this nonsense, uh, cultural nonsense in business. That's not good. I don't like it. And another interesting thing, that when you sometimes you think that you're doing something uh, for the customer, you might be able to convince them, the fancy things, innovation you're offering, uh, it might make you a sale, and you're really doing the job, but sometimes you might be just playing around. Like creative work, it isn't always productive. That's also the danger. uh you know like creativity isn't productive in so many ways, and as a consumer, we love to be in a creative, interesting area. Like it, so sometimes you might fall into this area if you know what I'm talking. Like I'm trying to tell that you don't have to be don't have to be like greedy uh, to be selfish. Sometimes you just overdo things, creative things, like you expand too much and you do unnecessary work when you could achieve same results or better results with the lower input, and you overcharge the customer, and eventually this relationship is also dying off. So the solution is to get more professional, and that's never-ending process of learning. Practicing, learning, and studying, and it's just fun. Lifelong learning is the key to success, and that's how I understand business world. What kind of dynamics we have? What kind of vectors are playing in entrepreneurship. So what else? Yeah, so creating a business model requires understanding of customer problems, and then uh, simplifying it enough to automate the process, create systems, and that includes systems for advertising, and that's how you scale up. Yes. So enough for today. I hope if you watch this, you understand what I'm trying to tell you. I hope it's useful. If you have any questions, please follow. Please comment, ask, and please follow my profile for new communications. You know. So it's getting late, and I have to go to sleep. Good night. See you tomorrow.